All right, hey Game Plan family. So I wanted to make this video and talk about why I chose the logo that I have on this channel, the Beer Pong cups, and just to get a little bit of background on it, so that way it's not too confusing on why I'm posting news and politics and reaction videos to different things. So in 2010, when I was in the military, me and a couple buddies would go out all the time on our days off and always have a good time, come back to our dorms, and we would always have a lot of people, a bunch of friends around us, always wondering where we were, and we would always tell them, oh yeah, we went here, we went to these places, having a great time. And everybody would be like, man, why didn't you invite me, why didn't you invite me? So it got to the point where, like, me and two of my buds were like, we need to figure out a way where we can let everybody know where we're going and what we're doing, instead of sending a mass text message, what we were doing at the time. And then you always get some of those people that were like, hey, can you guys delete me from this? Like, I don't want to go, or wasn't interested in being there. And it kind of gets overwhelming with the text messages. So we ended up deciding to use Facebook and created a group called the Game Plan. And basically, its purpose was to let everybody in the group know when an event was going to take place. So if it was either meeting up at a lounge to socialize, have a couple beers, or have a house party or a birthday party at somebody's house, people would know, okay, so that's where it's going to be. This is what we should bring, and go from there. Its main purpose was to bring everybody together. It started out with about 10 people in the first month or two, and then by the time it hit 2015, about 5 years later, we almost had about, I believe, 800 people in the group, if I can remember correctly. It was either 500 or 800, but for sure it was way over hundreds. And yeah, it's gotten to the point where, the city, where I was living in, recognized the Game Plan. And it even got to the point where law enforcement got involved, thinking that the Game Plan was some sort of gang or some sort of illegal activity going on. But a majority of people in the group were military. We did have a lot of civilians that, I've come across and had them join the Game Plan, and knowing that nobody was doing anything bad or illegal. So I emphasize that in the group, in the Facebook group, and even put a disclaimer saying we do not condone illegal activities, weapons, or anything like that, drugs, just to protect ourselves, because we knew we weren't doing anything wrong. And I can say that probably one of my best Game Plan parties that I've ever had, because there were so many of them. And I appreciate every single one who was part of the Game Plan, and everybody that came to the events and had a great time. A lot of people made new friends coming to these parties or events, and some of them even got married or got together, ended up becoming an official relationship, which I think is pretty cool. But my favorite Game Plan event or party, I should say, is probably a Halloween party. I believe it was in 2013. I had it at my house, and I spread the word for about a month before the party, letting everybody know, hey, we're gonna have a huge Halloween party at my house. I'm gonna try to make it epic. I can't even tell you how many people showed up. I had 10,000 square foot lot house. The backyard was huge. I had 3 bonfires going. I had about probably 4 or 5 vehicles parked in the backyard. The entire street was blocked off. Um, Everybody, it was inside the house. There's people outside of the house. There's people in front of the house. The cops came 3 times that night, and luckily I didn't get arrested. um, but it was awesome. And the week or a few days before the party, I even made little envelopes and put them in all my neighbors' mailboxes, and I let them know, hey, I'm having a Halloween party. You're more than welcome to come join us. We're gonna have a great time. And if you don't, we understand. If we are a bit too loud, here is my phone number. You can call me, and I put my name and everything. Not one time in the entire night did I get a text message, a phone call, or anything. Instead, I had police show up at my door knocking. And I explained to the officers too. I was like, listen, I let all my neighbors know. and they're choosing not to contact me, that's on them. So at least do the respectful thing and just let me know, hey, you're too loud. I would have been able to control it a little bit better, but being that there were so many people, yeah, the first time the cops came, they came and said, hey, we can't even get our patrol cars down this street. It was like basically a one-way street or one vehicle street. And so I had to have everybody, this was probably within an hour of the party, I had everybody move their vehicles down to the park down the street. So luckily, a lot of people didn't leave. They actually went down there, parked, and they all walked back and then continued the party. I think around 11:30, 11 o'clock at night, the cops came the second time saying, hey, we're getting a huge complaint by your neighbor next door. And me and her kind of were hashing it out there. And I let her know, I was like, you should have called me or texted me. I told you, why are you calling the cops? But whatever. So kept it quiet a little bit, and the party was still going. And then the cops told me, they're like, if we have to come back a third time, we're gonna arrest you. And I'm like, okay, yes sir. So we continue the party, having a good time, and we're not doing anything bad. We're not doing anything illegal. So we're just having a good time. It's Halloween party. It's Halloween. So then I think at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, the cops come the final time, and that was basically the time that the party was going to get shut down anyway. But they came, and the officer was really cool with me, and I thought, as soon as I found out, my friend came to me. He was like, "Hey," he's like, "the cops are here again." And I'm like, "Oh shoot!" And I hurried up and went to my roommate and I said, "Hey, you need to tell everybody to leave now." I was like, "I'm probably going to get arrested, so just let everybody know that they got to go." And he's like, all right, all right. So I went to the front, and then the cop was like, what did I tell you? I was like, yes, sir. I was like, I've been trying to move it in. I was like, if you want, you can come with me, and we can go to the backyard, and you can tell them yourself. And he's like, all right, come on, let's go. Luckily, he was cool. He didn't just like say whatever. So we went to the backyard. I have 3 bonfires going, and I have like 2 beer pong games going on in the backyard. Everybody's going crazy, having a good time. And so we go up to the beer pong table, and a lot of my friends playing were like um, looking at the officer when he showed up, and they're like, "Hey, would you like to play with us? Would you like to take a shot of the of beer pong?" And the officer looks at him. He's like, he pulls his taser out. He's like, "Do you want a shot of this?" And everybody in the whole crowd was like, "No, no, 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 we're good, we're good." And everybody was like, "Okay." He's like, "I need you guys to pack it up." And I was like, "Guys, party's over, guys. It's time to. We're done. We're done." And at that moment, everybody started packing up, started cleaning up, and then everybody started leaving. The coolest part, one of the coolest parts too of this party was, I think it was like 2 weeks or a week before the party. I saw something on the local radio station news, and it said something from 97X. Shout out to them. Uh, they said, "Hey, we're looking for parties to go to on Halloween. If anybody has a really cool party, send us a message and give us a reason why we should stop at your party." And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try. Why not? So I sent a message, and I remember I wrote something just simple, and I was like, "You should come to our party because it's gonna be the best damn party you've ever been to ever in your life," or something like that. And I was like, "There's gonna be a keg. There's gonna be a ton of people, music, beer pong, bonfires." I mean, I was naming a list of certain things, and then I didn't hear a word back. So day of the party, that's kind of what got people to the party too, is because once I told my friends about it, they told everybody that it was a guaranteed thing that the radio station was coming to my house when it was never confirmed. And I kept telling my buddies, like, dude, stop telling them that, because if they don't show up, they're gonna be looking at me. So luckily, I think it was around 10, 9:30 or 10. I don't know if it was too late, but they came. They stopped by the radio station. But they came in, I think, in a hearse, and got to meet a lot of the guys at the radio station. They got to drink with us, play some beer pong. They were giving out little goodies to all my guests and stuff. There were like sex toys and stuff. It was hilarious. We were having a great time, and I could say that was probably one of the best get-togethers ever. And that entire night, I only drank half a beer. I had a red solo cup, and I only drank half of it. And because the entire party, I was making sure nothing was being stolen, destroyed, and making sure everybody was having a good time. And that's all I really cared about in every single game plan, event, and party. And I kept telling people in the group, through Facebook, and even in person, like the game plan was never about me, and it was never about individual groups and people. It was about everybody. It was about everybody coming together and just having a great time, enjoying life, relaxing, not stressing about work or things that are going on in your personal life. And I was really glad to be a huge part of that. And it sucks that once I got out of the military, it kind of died and got erased. And it's gotten to the point where every year I still make hoodies with my logo, the game plan logo, just to remember the good times. And I do mention in some of my videos it's not good to bring back the past. And I have debated on changing the logo for this channel, keeping the game plan name, but changing the solo cups. But I really like the cups. I mean, I like it. So, I mean, if people can understand the reasoning behind it, I wanted to rebrand it in this channel in the purpose of I'm not just bringing people together like I used to. I'm bringing them together in a different sense where I'm providing you information with news and things that people aren't aware of or want to learn more of. I'm here and I'm trying to do that through this outlet, and that's why I'm trying to rebrand the game plan into this new adventure on YouTube. So I hope this wasn't a long video, and I hope you guys like what you heard. And I'd appreciate it if I'd get some more help with sharing my videos to your outlets if you guys like them. No pressure. But yeah, now you guys know the story of the game plan, and it's there's a lot of people that were in the group that can attest to a lot of the stuff that's happened through that group, and so many good memories that won't be forgotten, especially for me. So, and shout out to everybody that was a member too. I appreciate all you guys. All right, guys, take care. Peace out.